Welcome to Rock Recordings Music with Excision.
Yo, how's it going, guys? Tribal Links here. We are back with some more War Robots. Update 5.3 has come out. What does that mean? The new meta, changes to the game, adjustments to weapons, all sorts of things. We got a lot of topics to cover today, so we're going to dive right in. We'll start off here, though, with this Beacon Rush match. I want to talk a little bit about tactics because with the new honor system and how that's affecting now our income and stuff like that, tactics is going to become a lot more important. Unfortunately, I didn't capture this center beacon here. That was my goal there. That was my only goal there. So we didn't make it. We'll do something else. But yeah, with this new honor system, this is going to be how we gain OXP and HXP and all the other XPs that they're throwing it at us. But anyway, tactics is going to be important. So I want to talk a little bit about that right now. As you can see, I've got a clean shot now to center beacon. I'm going to go ahead and take that. Hopefully no one dives in while I'm capping it. Someone's just capped the other end. And now basically it's a battle here for this top center. And we're going to go to town on it. I've got an Aojun flying in on my left here. So I'm going to give him a chance to land. Easy target. We're going to go ahead and take him out. Turns out we have some help from another Ares there on our team, so that was a quick kill. Now let's go to town. Basically what's happening is they've capped top center and they're pushing on our home beacon here, and we're gonna have to get in the way of that. So I'm gonna dip out and cover here. I am getting side shot by something, I'm not sure what, but let's go ahead and line up some kills. And bam, and bam. And now I've got to find cover because I am still getting shot from behind here. I'm not entirely sure what it is yet, but I want to find cover. So it looks like we've got an invader here. I'm going to go ahead and start tapping on him. But now you can, I can already see that I'm starting to be surrounded here. It looks like they're about to cap or have capped. Yep, they've capped our home beacon now. So we're in a bit of trouble. And so I'm going to try and, rectify that here in a minute. But this here Ares is about done. Yeah, see they're coming up from behind. They're coming up from behind. I'm pretty well toast. And he's right on me. Alright, now hold on a second. Let's take a look at this. So, what it seems like is they've capped that, our home beacon there, and they're starting to move back towards center. And so, what we want to do is, I want to drop in center, and I want to try and get them to start spawning at their home beacon. There's a couple of guys that are about to be taken out here, and they're going to want to spawn in where something's about to happen. So if we start pushing them to home beacon, then they'll have a long way to go to get back to top center. Let's see what happens. We'll take the Fenrir. Got a little bit of tankiness, that way we can try and cause as much just kind of general mayhem back there as possible. Because, it would be nice if I could actually capture this beacon. It's not really my goal, though. Per se, I mean, it is my goal, but I'm not expecting to capture the beacon. I'm simply trying to force them to fall back and cover their rear. So here we go. We've got a Fenrir over here already. He's in mobile mode, which means his Aegis shield is up, but he doesn't have any resistance. So we'll burn through that Aegis shield pretty quick. Now my resistance is running, I can't remember, I think it's 80% resistance, which is ridiculous. Maybe I know it was 50%, but even still. So we're going to go ahead and burn through these two here. I am losing a lot of health, I know, but that's kind of the point. That's kind of why I'm here. It's just to cause this huge distraction. So there's one. Let's kind of see if we can't take the second one here. Alright, so now we've got one spawned in front of us again. And now we've got one spawned in behind us. This Aojun is going to hit his stealth mode so he doesn't die again, which means that it's already used, which means our team is a little bit safe for a moment. But now you can see, they've all fell back. We've recapped our home beacon, and now we can start pushing on top center. So, you know, sometimes pushing at a beacon that's already being like overrun and overpopulated, you know, sure it makes for some pretty intense battles and a lot of damage, but if you can find ways of forcing them to redirect their attention, you know, the trick is to try and get your teammates to recognize that and follow through with it. So here again, I'm going to make some mayhem. I'm going to block this line of assault so that my team can get up to top center now. I know there's going to be a couple coming across from where I was just causing a problem, and so I want to get in their way before they can get there. Again, looks like I managed to do my job there, and so now I smell blood in the water. I'm just gonna go have fun. How much damage can we deal in the last few seconds of this match? So yeah, you know, like a little bit of quick thinking, you know, and being aware of how the battlefield dynamics works, and you can definitely make a big difference, you know, for your team. And you know, it's, you know, skirmish is one thing. Being able to go and do that in your own hangar is a whole nother thing, and that's why you try and develop, okay, what is the style of play you want to do, and design your bots around that, as opposed to trying to follow the cookie cutter setups that people are showing you. You know, figure out what it is you like to do and design your hangar. So yeah, enough about that. We managed to win that match pretty quickly, pretty easily, and you can see I've forced the rest of the Reds to use their abilities right away, allowing my team to walk right in. So right off the bat, you see our final stats pages have changed. There's new information available, a new outlet. Obviously we pretty much carried the team there, but that's okay. That's kind of why we had fun. But there's a whole bunch of changes coming to the game now, and some of them are good, some of them are, you know, not really sure yet. But let's start at the top. Obviously, Ragnarok is now in the workshop. It's now possible to build those. So if you liked any of those, you really wanted to have one, now's your chance. Go ahead and start building it. It's only going to take about a month, maybe even a little less, depending on how much they're given, you know, per run. But you know, in about a month you can have one of these, and they are a lot of fun, and it is definitely going to help you as the meta changes, because the meta is changing. Things are getting a lot more ridiculous. Old meta is becoming very difficult to play, and so if you like a challenge, you know, and if you enjoy that, like I enjoy a challenge, and so I'm still playing some old meta stuff, and I'll put that up later. But if you really want, you know, to have a bit more fun and a little less challenge, then go ahead and get yourself a couple of these Ragnarok, get yourself a couple of the Pantheon bots, and you'll be pretty good. I mean, if you can get Nao Jun in your hangar, you're pretty much set. I feel like that has completely, like, you know, you get Nao Jun in your team, that someone who knows how to pilot Nao Jun, and you're pretty much guaranteed to win. So yeah, there's the bots that have come in. You'll see 2 new bots on the board. All those people that like to pay big money right off the bat. You'll see the Behemoth has got 4 heavy weapons, but it's stationary. And then there's the Phantom, which is a lot of fun to play. I'm super excited about it. I can't wait for that one to hit the workshop. I'm definitely going to be putting my time and silver into that, so watch for those. No new weapons this time around, but they have adjusted a couple of the weapons, and so what they're trying to do now is separate the weapons into sort of a class, and each kind of class has a certain way that it operates. And so they've started with the burst weapons being your Orkans, your shotguns, you know, stuff like that. And basically what they've done is they've shortened the burst duration, and I think they've given them a little bit faster, a little bit slower reload. I can't remember exactly, but basically what they've done is they've changed it so that it's more of a ambush attack weapon. It's not really, it doesn't really, like, you can't stand up with sustained damage anymore. So there's that, and as well they've adjusted the Terrans a little bit so that they are a little more sustained in battle. I think the duration between shots, between plasma bolts, is slightly increased just to give it a little bit more sustained fire. Not huge differences, not like you can kind of notice, you can kind of tell, but it's not really that big of a change, but it will slightly affect the way that they are played, and you'll find they work better used as the type of weapon that they are. Now that brings us then to the biggest change that they've made. The biggest change is this operations, this OXP, they call it Gathering Storm. It sounds like they're making a series, like a storyline, which actually they are starting to create a huge backstory to this game, and a lot of new developments from it will come from the backstory. But this operations is a pretty big thing. I mean, they're gonna make some adjustments to other aspects of our incomes, to make room for this OXP. So your daily challenges won't be worth as much, and I think that I've heard they're actually going to be phased out in favor of this and other things like that. And so it's a huge thing. Now, I'm not sure yet that I like it. I've still got to crunch some numbers and find out. It sounds like we're getting a little less gold than we were previously through the daily challenges, but we will be seeing a lot more silver and other such goodies, and there will be goodies in there. There will be components in there. There's going to be battle boosters if you actually use them, which I don't, but you know, those will be available, and you know, some rare legendary stuff, paint schemes and bots and whatnot. And so, you know, it's pretty cool. I kind of like it, but it does create a pay to win aspect. There is a free version and there is a paid version, of course, and obviously the paid version is going to offer you better stuff per level, and also they're offering extra levels for the paid version. And so generally speaking, if you're willing to spend the money, you're gonna get the better stuff. A lot of people are screaming about this, you know, it makes it more pay to win, it makes it more pay to win, and sure, you know, in a certain way it does. You know, obviously the more money you spend, the better stuff you're gonna have, but you still gotta work for it. You still gotta put in the time in the game, grind out those levels to get that really primo stuff. You will be getting extra gold, you will be getting extra silver, stuff like that, but you know, to get the Aojun, you've got to make it through that 70 or 80 levels And I'm not even sure how many OXP it's gonna take by the time you get up to level 50 or 60. So we'll find that out as well. I'm definitely not paying for it ahead of time. But, you know, maybe once in a while, I can scrape together 20 bucks, you know, get a gift card and, you know, get some extra golden loot. We'll see. But it's not something that I'm really, you know, like, I don't feel like I'm really missing out on all that much. Um, More than if I had just ground through the game like I used to. I feel like I'm going to get a lot more silver. I'm going to do a lot more upgrading than I used to, which will be nice. I've already started upgrading some things I haven't touched in ages because of the cost. And so, you know, it kind of depends on how you look at it. But that being said, if you do get up to your max level on the free version and you still find you've got like 15 or 20 days left before the end of the season, go ahead and drop 25 bucks on a gift card, get yourself the premium version, and see if you can't get that top tier you know, that top tier prize, because no matter when you buy in, you will get all of the prizes that you have earned thus far. You will get back paid for every level that you've earned up to the time that you buy in. So go ahead and wait till the very end, and if you feel like it's worth it, buy in. If you don't feel like it's worth it, don't worry about it till next season. You know what I mean? So yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll keep an eye on it for a couple of months, and you know, just kind of see where they're leading that, and we'll get back to it. But I don't think I'm as worried as I thought I was gonna be. So yeah, that being said, so I've got one more match lined up. It's a little bonus footage, and in this next match, I've pulled out my original hanger. I haven't really played this hanger in a while because I've been focused on my completely free-to-play hanger. I haven't played this hanger in a while, so it's got some dust and some cobwebs, and I just wanted to see how this is gonna fare now with this new meta. So I've been playing with some setups and whatnot, and this is just kind of you know, let's see how the old does versus the new. Enjoy. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for showing up. Tribal Links. We're signing off.
Robot, bot, 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 bot,